Let's see here. So it's no, this isn't this looks more, it is Lethal Company-esque looking, but no, it looks more like oh, what was that one about capturing ghosts for your YouTube channel? Oh, I always forget the name of that one. Content warning. Thank you, Cypher. That's what it looks more like. It looks like content warning. Reporters are the only source of information. They are heroes. This looks like there's anomalies and like, I like that. Anomalies and monsters. Kind of like my bread and butter. That reminds me of that one movie. It actually looks interesting. For a game that's about, you know, basically Lethal Company, I like the idea of it being in New York, and it's almost an SCP-esque universe. Weird things are happening. Anomalous things are happening. Monsters are showing up. Eldritch beings are there. It makes it look interesting. Like the entire city's on lockdown, and now you're basically going out there showing the people what the heck's going on. And knowing this game, or like knowing the world, you know, knowing how politicians work. Yeah, no American politician would care. They'd just cut it off and be like, eh, whatever. Who cares? New York City, who cares? Lost. So I like the idea that, yeah, these guys would just be out here being the only people that actually show what's going on. All because it would be big money showing off this sort of content. Look, our buddy died. This is content. I feel like it does content warning, but better. I'm not gonna. I think that it because content warning to me has a lot of problems. There's not enough story elements to kind of understand why you're living in the place that you're living. Like there is a story, there is an underlying story involving what's going on behind the scenes in content warning, but this game looks like more down to earth, and we're basically trying to figure out what's going on. Also, there's a creature back there. What's going on in the what's causing this disaster? I heard some people talking about it in some of the other streams, actually. Then if it hit, oh no, the president would just, you know, takes his millions of dollars and move away. See ya, bye. Well, that's too bad. I have a place in Canada. I own some property in Canada. Well, that's where I'm gonna live now. That's modern day politicians. When the tough get going, the politicians run away. When times get tough, the politicians run away. There's a good game. GTFO. I played a lot of GTFO. 51 hours of GTFO. Could you tell I also liked Dead by Daylight at 623 hours? Used to. I think it's just a hot mess now. I won't touch it. The one big thing that aggravated me about that game was the amount of glitches. So many glitches. insane amount of bugs that have been in the game for years. It's unreal. But I do not want to play a game where the devs are the devs are too preoccupied making a new goth girl freaking skimpy dress and another Feng Ming Min dress or outfit, gamer outfit, you know, than actually fixing the numerous insane amounts of bugs in their game. Why is auto attack, the auto pull, still a problem after 3 years? Why is auto pull still a problem with this game? With the Dead by Daylight? Why is it that killers keep hitting the walls because the game decides, I'm going to keep following the survivor, and then you smack a wall? I did it 3 times in a match, and I fucking quit. That was one of the breaking points of that game. I played it a little bit after that, like a month after that, but after that day, that game completely broke me. That match broke me, and I was like, I'm not playing this no more. If that's how... I lost 3 hits. I lost a down, and I lost an injury. I'm done. I am done. We're not playing this. That cost me the game. I'm done. And especially with how much some of these teams gen rush you. Mr. Skids actually has a game on his that he saved where he got gen rushed. He only had 2 downs. And he didn't even chase that long. These guys were out to see if they could like beat the world record for gens. And this was before they changed the speed of the things. They changed the speed to take longer after he quit, or we quit, you know. And he ended up, I think it was 3 minutes, chat. I think it was 3 minutes, or maybe it was 2.5 minutes. That's all it took. That's all it took. Less than 3 minutes to get all the gens done. He had 2 chases. He chased a bunch of them on one gen. They all scattered and came back to a different gen. And they all kept working, like two people would always be working on a gen. And those chases did not last long. They couldn't chase worth crap. But I think they all had like, most of them had the things. Doesn't help if survivor is too good, killers complain, and if killer is too skilled, the survivors complain. Yeah, no, that's what I'm talking about. Like, killers can be really skilled, but at that time, it's the bugs. It's not about the skill, it's the bugs. And I understand the whole point of the game is to, you know, do the gens. But when you do the gens so fast, within less than 3 minutes time, you imagine that. Imagine... It takes like 60 seconds normally. I think it used to take at least 60 seconds to do a gen by yourself. Think about that. Think how many like gen perks these people had. That's why they nerfed the fixing for survivors, because that was constantly happening. The survivors were rushing the gens so hard a lot of the times. All they needed a few perks, and then they could get gens done really fast. And it, like I said, did not take any time at all. Did I say we were learning skills? I didn't say that. I said that these people before they changed it, people were getting so good at doing the gens, and I'm saying items shouldn't have to save a fucking survivor. I'm saying that right now. That's really what it all came down to. And the only reason Mr. Skids even got 3 out of 4 kills was because he was able to down the second survivor within 2 minutes at shack, which had the basement, and he hooked her in the basement. And he also had Franklin's demise, which knocked items out of their hands. So there was a flashlighter who tried to flashlight save, but he kept knocking the flashlight out of his hands and messing him up. And they all tried to rush down there into the basement all at once to save their friend, which did not work because he was playing clown. So he ended up tossing bottle after bottle and making sure they couldn't get away. Eventually, they opened up the gates, trying to get everybody out at the same time. And he was able to kill one on hook and 2 people on the ground, slug 2 people on the ground for the entity to kill. But it was a wild game. Wild, wild game. Welcome back. Is Kona still streaming? I thought they were done streaming. Who's still streaming? Weird. It says that they're still streaming, but and then I open up their pages, they're not streaming still. Very strange. Yeah, it's very strange. They're definitely not streaming anymore. Oh, maybe you know what? Maybe it's because the thing's still open. Huh. Well, that's not open anymore, so I'm not sure. Ah, there it is. There we go. No, Soul, I didn't get a chance to because Poppy playtime took way longer than I thought. I didn't know it was going to be an 8-hour long chapter. I had no idea. That was kind of wild how big it was, actually. Also, I made a mistake. There it is. There we go. Okay, we got rid of that, so now I think is it still on? I said I left the call. They really made a whole video game with Chapter 4. They really did. I mean, I can't fault them for doing a good job. Yeah, I know, Aaron. I know about that. Don't worry. I already know about that. But it's also NSFW, so... Yes, it does have NSFW scenes in it. I checked. That was quite exhausting. What my biggest problem was, well, not the whole like everybody was rushing, but the end, which always annoys me when stuff like that happens. When I don't know if you guys were paying or saw, but you know, that happens on you would not believe how many times that stuff like that happens where, you know, I'm about to beat the game or help beat the game or or I'm so close to winning, and then, you know, something rips it away. And, you know, no, I don't like that. But I can usually roll with the punches, but when it happens like 3 or 4 times in a row, that's when it starts like wearing me down, wears down my soul and my energy, drains me quite a bit. So that's why I went quiet after that. It's just like I just felt the life leave my body. At the dead of night. I don't know if I have. It's still very funny though. You got to admit, mind you, MalO fans seem like. Listen, I already know all too how desperate MalO fans are. Makes me wonder if I should have started. Sometimes it makes me wonder if I should have started streaming at all. I don't think that's out at dead of night. Is that what you mean?
No, not that way.
Oh, hi, Mark. Oh, right. I know this game. Yeah. Crazy hotel guy. Yeah. Live action scenes. Yeah. And you're solving a ghost mystery with a ghost box. And you're trying to avoid the crazy guy with the bat that owns a hotel that ended up murdering a few people. Yeah, it's got live action things, and you gotta like watch for shadows, listen in for this guy who wearing a poor bald cap, mind you.
Okay, good. I'm
Marky Moo. It does seem like it's kind of scary. It's like grid patterned. Yeah. So it's grid patterned. So your movement is you move from space to space. So you if you're standing here and you want to go over there, you would go click on the thing and you go tung 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 like the old-fashioned grid pattern games. And then you'd be standing there and then you can do like 360s, you know, pick a different area you want to go from that selection. If you want to go left, right, or center, you can click on where you need to go and then tung 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 tung. That's it. Google Street View type gameplay. What? It just opened up a bunch of game stores. I thought maybe you were going to send me to a place called Gameplay. Yes, Aaron. This is true. Oh, yeah. No, sorry. Yeah, you're right. Malatal.
No, not that way.
No, not that way. I'll put that in the wish list among the many in my wish list. So many wish list. As you can see, I have many game in wish list. 668 games in the wish list. Mostly there to remember, oh yeah, I have that game. Even though I have enough content games here to really, truly, I have enough games I could keep you all entertained for the rest of my life. I mean, 2,195 games. That's just in the... There's a few extra, but basically 2,200 games. That's a lot of games. There's so many games that even Steam has a hard time loading them all, as you can see.
No, not that way.
No, not that way. We're just gonna keep getting, no, not that way.
No, not that way.
Okay, I told you. Crime scene cleaner. I thought that this right here. I thought this woman had a wedgie, and I thought she was trying to get her dress to stop wedging up her crack. It turns out she just had a brass candlestick the entire time. Please get rid of the green bell. But what if I don't want to? See, there's a problem that, oh, there's a gift. Oh, that's why is that why there is a green bell? Cypher? Which was done like 2 seconds ago? Oh, I see. You want me to play this game. I haven't even gotten to the other game that you gifted me yet. Should I accept it? I don't want to make a promise to play in this game if I don't actually get the chance to play it. No, it's not that I don't want to play it. It's just that I'm afraid that I'll never be able to play it because there are some games that people have gifted me and wanted me to play on stream, and I haven't had the time to play them. And yet I did hit accept anyway. I can't believe it's only 10 o'clock. It doesn't feel like 10. It feels like it's 12 right now. That's like how tired I am at this point. It feels like it's 12 o'clock at night. Thank you. I do appreciate it. I just didn't want you to waste your money in case I never played it. Movie management simulator game industry. Interesting. The Tomb Raider remastered. What was that just came out that was also remastered that people were going on about? Oh yeah, The Sims. Right. And I haven't played The Sims in forever. The original Sims. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth finally got on here. Digging a hole. I would play this, but I already watched somebody play it and basically saw the ending, so. It's a very short game. Yeah, they re-released the original Sims 1 and 2. Psychological horror. Why does this game look exactly like well, no, it doesn't. It's a little different. It looks similar to that one game. I can't remember what it was called. Doki Doki, yes. I never played Doki Doki. I never finished Doki Doki. I played it once and then I never went back. Not because it's a bad game, but because something was off. Is this the AI game? Is this the one with the AI? This character is actually run by an AI? It's not AI? Okay. I know there, yeah, I'm seeing two polarizing answers to this. Meeside is still being worked on. I remember seeing a demo of this a few years ago. How long ago was that? Probably like 3 years ago. I remember seeing the maybe it was 2 years ago. Back in 2023. 2022, 2023. I remember seeing this come out, like at least a demo version of it. I thought that said, let's cook her. The horror begins. Why is she starting to sound like what was her name from Gravity Falls? Samantha? The one that tried to date Seuss? The video game character that tried to date Seuss? I like the part where the tiny one tells you to piss off. I used to enjoy Sims games. Of course. Okay, the existential crisis begins. Piss off. Where am I? Place looks familiar. Yeah, yep, this is the exact game I saw a demo of many years ago. For sure. Guaranteed. Words? Take pills. Take the pills, Shinji. It's made by a bunch of Russian guys, so for the authentic experience, you have to play with Russian voice acting. Perfect. Alright. It says I has to, but maybe it isn't AI. I guess not. There is one that's coming out there where the robot is an AI. Thank you for the patties. Yeah, I didn't have anything else lined up tonight. All I could have playing anything else. Oh yeah, Billionaire. That actually looks like it was really fun, so I put it on the wish list. This does not look like fun. Do not buy this. This is waste of your money. It is baby game. You can't die. The game is such a baby game. Do not support this game. And then they were all whining when people complained about their game. Imagine buying anything from Ubisoft. Imagine Ubisoft. Chained in the Backrooms. Why more Backrooms games? Have we not run that course yet? Detroit Become Human. No, there's a different one that reuses real AI, not handwritten storyline. Puzzle. Back in 1998, of course it's 98. It's always 98. It's always in the 90s. Mystery, detective, puzzle, and atmospheric logic. Sounds interesting. Oh, we got that film noir music. Modern Ubisoft. Interesting. I kind of like this concept. 5th best game.
Hi, I'm Clark. Probably not who you expected to be knocking, but life's funny sometimes.
I kind of like the concept of you figuring out the puzzle through, like, putting clues together and solving it yourself.
For those of you just joining us, the root trees are dead.
Bonus mystery. Interesting. That came out last month. I haven't touched a Ubisoft game in probably 10 to 15 years. That is how little I've cared about Ubisoft and what they've done. But didn't they get bought out? Didn't they just basically die? Didn't their business die? What are the root trees is such a 90s movie way of portraying a Google search. That is very true. I should probably put this under... I'm not going to add it to the cart. I would have just liked to have put it in a wish list. I'm not adding it to the cart, guys. I don't have any freaking money right now. Kinda broke. Very broke right now. Uh-oh. You see that? You know why it's at an 58%? I can guarantee you I know why. Let me take a wild guess. I'm thinking more than likely bad port, doesn't work well, plays like ass. Yep, I've been waiting years for this, but now that it's here, my game crashes as soon as I click a single thing before launching the game. Very EA to put out an unplayable game. It is a shame that the devs do not love the game as much as we players do. The game is just the same as the 2000s, but with a compatibility patch that does not even work properly. Had to refund the game as $20 is a scam for a game 25 years old. I agree. This is when emulators do a better job than the actual companies. Things are fucked. Sadly, like others, the game crashes on the neighborhood screen as soon as you try clicking on anything. So I requested a refund. I was surprised to see briefly that the game doesn't adapt to widescreen automatically, which seems like an odd choice. Fingers crossed EA can make this work. Yeah, don't believe it. EA is going to have to be cold in the dead ground before it'll actually get this game to work more than likely, because it's EA. They're nothing but fucking evil. Do not buy from EA. Must be old. Sometimes certain computers are fine. Some are not. Let's see. That was February 12th. 3 days ago. February 9th. Only about 7 days? No. 6 days ago. 3 days ago. yesterday. Some work actually went into optimizing the game for new systems. People suffered a lot of issues at first, but it seems they are actually monitoring those and releasing fixes. That was also yesterday. I don't know about that one. This was... Okay. So sad. Crashes as soon as I open the game. If I get lucky, I'll get to see the empty plots before crashing. I know it'll be fixed someday, which is why I'm choosing not to refund the game, but right now it's 10 out of 10. Can't recommend. So it's a buggy mess even now. Right now, there's still a lot of people having problems with it. So maybe they will fix it, but you know, knowing EA, that'll take about a year and a half before they make it playable for everyone. Oh yeah, no, didn't the the Japanese version, of Assassin's Creed is going to sell about as well as a wet fart in a bag. Everybody and their grandmother has completely and utterly destroyed that game for good reason. It's not very. It's so historically inaccurate is what I'm trying to say. It's so bad in its inaccuracy that people are actually very upset about it, especially Japan, because what happened was they based the entire thing off of one dude's research, and that's it. And that's not even a guy who can confirm his own research. In fact, they did such a poor job at their own research that they changed the Wikipedia articles themselves multiple times in order to make them sound like they're more credible. So I wouldn't touch that game. Mostly due to the fact that it's one thing to build a game around a character and say it's fiction. It's a whole nother thing to say it's nonfiction and it's based on a real person and what they did in reality, and it's not. That's a whole nother way miss. The more accessible than the OG releases, maybe for people who don't know how to actually do things like that. Unlike me, I can easily set up a what do you call them? One of those fake computers. I forgot what they're called. I know how to set one of those up. I actually set one of those up several years ago. So I could set one of those up, make my computer think it's a Windows XP. Then I can download an emulator an emulator of the game and then, play the game through that emulator. I could, if I had the gumption, but I don't. You'd think if it had issues, would be worse in a mere laptop, though. Aren't regular computers meant to be stronger? That's the problem, Aaron. You're seeing it the opposite way. Crappier computers will have a better time with it because older computers are going to have an easier time running it, whereas better computers are trying to run an old piece of tech that is not optimized for their newer hardware. So it's going to run worse because the newer hardware is not going to know what to do with it. It's just a matter of underlying structure of the technology. Yes. That's it right there. It's not how powerful your computer is. It's if your computer can actually run such a thing. If it's too far advanced, it's not going to run it. Yeah, it wasn't meant to run on modern hardware. It was meant to run on more primitive hardware like the Windows XP. Interesting. Another co-op survival horror game for up to 4 players. Your heist has been disrupted by a supernatural event. Your team of robbers is now trapped in an evil entity. I think I've seen somebody play this. What was it? Yeah, last year. Forgot to plan your mission to survive, explore and cooperate to find a way for daylight. It's not. This isn't good, despite the very positive. Similar way console emulator is always going to be a little wonky. Exactly. That's what I mean. You're going to always have a little wonk. Your laptop is probably not as sophisticated. At least for me, I got puppy guarded by a ghost. Oh, fun. Kind of like how, remember Cypher? How we got trapped? I think it was you. Didn't we play this game, that one game together? Yeah, it was you and me. We played that the one game with the big fat with the monster that had the giant fucking ass, and then the second monster kind of just kept hovering around our position and wouldn't leave us alone. Similar to that. The only reason he left was because he heard one of us in the locker and finally murdered us. Paranoracore, yeah, Paracore, whatever it was called. Pantacore, Paracore. I'm sorry, Chad, if I'm a little low energy. I'm sorry. I know normally I'm supposed to be high energy, but between the last several days and just still, there's the car's still not fixed, by the way, chat. Car's still not fixed. Car's still problem. There's more leaking in the brake line, so it's not working correctly. The brake line needs to be removed. Another chunk of the brake line needs to be removed and another chunk put in. And it's still not on the road. We had to go all the way out for an hour drive to pick up the material and get the material and come back with it. That was another hour. So, and there was a reason why I didn't get home until like 6:30, a half an hour before stream. See, I don't even know if I want to play anything. That's the thing. I'm pretty low energy at this point. It's been a very long day. There's Ravenous Devils. I still need to get that done. I need to get a controller so I can actually play games like this. I would love to play games like that. Ugh, boy kisser. Dear players, I welcome you. Thank you. Oh god, a new update came out. What did you change about the Boy Kisser game? New visual style, updated design for more pleasant experience. I'm curious what you mean by that. Backrooms entourage, a redesign of the surroundings made the atmosphere even more immersive. Again, I wonder what you mean by that. Highlighting interactive objects. Thank you. That was something that should have been done before because it took me forever to figure that out. Important objects are now highlighted when you hover, making interaction easier. Improved visibility. Objects become more visible in low light conditions. Yeah, that was a big problem. Simplified interaction with stairs. Installation of stairs has been visualized. Good, because that was also a big problem. Realistic behavior of the boy kisser. Now his field of vision depends on the turn of his head. Good. Floodlights work on autonomously. They turn on and off randomly, adding dynamism. Password display. The entered password is now visible above the combination log, simply simplifying the interaction process. Yeah, you didn't need to do that. People could remember the password by being smart. You don't have to baby them that much. I figured it out. I wrote it down and then brought it to the thing. Didn't need you to hold my hand on that. Second level is temporarily closed. It is under revision. No, I haven't played BioShock. Nope. Never have. Not saying it's a bad game. I never thought of it as a bad game. In fact, I think it's a good game. But I don't know. I just can't seem to fit it in. It's such a long game. It's a very long game, and my time is very short. It's like a 30, 40 hour long game. There's that nightmare at Tony's. Who remembers me playing this game? I remember Fear the Moon. That had some good jump scares in it, not gonna lie. This game I never got working. We beat that game. Beat that game. Beat that game. Pal World. I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't know. It's a tough choice with Pal World. Kind of sick of the game. Road 96. Isn't that like I think that's the one where it's multi-choice or something. And then there's Mile Zero. Oh, God. The game that tried to get me gosh darn canceled. There's Alan Wake. A very good game. Loved Alan Wake 1. Loved American Nightmare. Hitchhiking game, yeah. How keep driving was fun? I'm guessing you just had to keep driving? By the way, this game, voice acting for more languages and big update is here. Maybe I should have waited to play this game because in December it got more voice acting, but that's okay. Apparently, the new version of this game, it was going to be released in chapters, but Bunny Graveyard is now being released as a secondary game. So the new game, Bunny Graveyard 2, is being released as its own standalone game instead of it being a chapter. Very interesting. Man, I really liked Alan Wake. It was stupid, but it was good kind of stupid. There's Guilty Gear Strive. I haven't played that in a while. I've been meaning to try and play that game again, but I just haven't had the chance. Mostly due to the fact that it just takes too much time. Too much time to perfect your fighting in that game. And like I said, there's a reason why I don't even play BioShock is because I just can't get the time to do it. It's a road trip simulator, pixel art, very nostalgic feeling, and just so comfy. That's what it looked like to me. 74 hours played of this game. Why do I that is 74 hours of my life I'll never get back. Notice how it doesn't say how many gigabytes this game is. This game is like 80 gigabytes. That's how big that game is. That was a cute little game. This is a game I've never played. Some of these games I put on here and never played. There's Fear 2, very good game. Not as good as Fear 1, in my personal opinion. Deceive Inc. I saw this game and I knew it wasn't for me. I don't know. I don't like it already. I know I'll not like it. I can definitely tell. Gas Station Simulator is one of those funny games. It's not a real simulator. It's a silly simulator. In Sound Mind is another game that's in my to-do list because it looks really interesting. It's got like, it looks very anomalous. Oh, Deceive Inc. is ending? Okay, cool. Glad I never had the reason to play it. Isn't this the old version? Like this is Hot Wheels game, and there was another Hot Wheels game. Wasn't this the one that came out for the PlayStation 2 or something? Clown Trick. Forgive me, Father. That's a Cthulhu-esque game, if I remember rightly. Just Cause 4. There's Just Cause 4. I never played it on this computer. I only ever played it on the PlayStation at a buddy's place. First-person shooter. Yeah, I heard about that. Railroad Corporation. Epic Chef. Made of Skur. Monster Train. Death Loop. Morbid. The Seven Acolytes. Raji, the Ancient Epic. Eldest Souls. I have a lot of games, chat. Can you tell? Let Loose. Super Magbot. Blade. Poco Life. Poco Life kind of looks like a funny game, Nintendo game. Soul Reaver. Sounds like something that would have been in Inuyasha. over 2,000 games. I've been collecting for a long time. This game. This game is on my to-do list. Golden Light. This game is really weird. I think it's multiplayer too. If I'm remembering this game right, this is a multiplayer game, and it's a weird one. Like, you would not expect it to be a multiplayer game. There's Monster Prom. Date monster, chat. Which monster would you date? If you say me, I will be flattered. Behind the frame. This is the game where I think you do your own painting. It's similar to that one game where you sell your paintings, but this one's just more of less about the selling the painting bit and more of actually just making painting in the game. I'd date me. There's Warhammer 40k, Chaos Gate, Spiritfarer. That is also another game that's on my list of to-dos. There's another game on my list of to-dos, Bendy and the Dark Revival. I need to play that. Ghostwire. That's another game I've been wanting to play. There's Curse of the Dead Gods. That's by the same guys who made Darkest Dungeon. Original Helldivers or the Helldivers 2? Because I think I've had quite my fill of Helldivers 2. There's Tiny Tina's Wonderland. Yeah, I've kind of had my fill of Helldivers too. Even with the updates, I just don't have the pull. There's Amnesia: The Dark Descent. Ah, such a good game. Or The Bunker, I mean. Oh, The Bunker was so good. Oh, The Bunker was such a good game. My Friendly Neighborhood. That was a fun game. I had a lot of fun with my this game. There was a lot of funny moments in it. But there was also a lot of scary moments. The FNAF series. How some people feel about Payday 2. That's how I feel about Payday 2, and I've never played it. There's Doom. I tried to get Doom. I tried to play Doom Eternal, and it just never panned out. There's Atlas Trials. I didn't have fun with that game. It felt like all I did was I made all the other people who played with me angry. There's Overgrowth. Overgrowth was a big up-and-coming game back in like 2015, but it took so long for it to come out. But by the time that it came out, there was like no fanfare for it. Contraband Police. I never beat that. Oh yeah, no, I did. Did I beat that game? Or did I get bored of it? I think I got bored of it and stopped playing it. Song of Horror. I got friggin' so angry at this game. I beat Pizza Tower. Dredge I beat, but I need to do the DLC. Atomic Heart I beat, but apparently there's a lot of different DLCs out now for it. I wanted Overgrowth when I was a teen. I wasn't even a teen. I was 20s. Plastic Duck Simulator. I played that for 9 minutes, got bored, and I uninstalled it. I think I even gave it a bad review. Just said, yep, yeah, there it is. Couldn't stomach the game. My ADHD made me instantly bored in 10 minutes, which, yeah, I played 9 minutes of. Also found the music rather lackluster. Got it as a gift, but it's not worth the half gig of space it takes. Sorry, but it's a no from me, dog. Oh no, there was a way of beating Contraband Police. There was a overarching story. Here's another game that so many people praised, but I actually found quite boring. Everhood is an interesting concept with interesting visuals, but pales in comparison to what it was trying to copy, which was Undertale. Now, don't get me wrong, it's a very impressive game, but story-wise, I found it boring. Mostly due to the fact that I didn't really feel the characters that much. There was only a couple characters I really, really liked, like Green Wizard and Blue Wizard, just Blue. But Green and Blue, I really liked those characters. And I thought some of the other characters were okay, but I really just could not get into the story of this game. After beating what's his name in that hard mode, that was the end. That was the end of me playing this game. The frog guy. I beat the frog guy, and that was really fucking hard, but I did it. And about after that, I couldn't play the rest of the game. I was just bored of it. There's Choo Choo Charles. I beat that back in 2022. That was one of the first games I beat. I have Grim Fandango. I beat Grim Fandango. That was a fun game. Beat Fear. That was also fun. That was one of my first games I played on my stream. One of the first, not all. SCP Secret Files I beat. I think I still have that on my YouTube. Mortuary's Assistant was pretty fun. But I pretty much beat that game. Death Trash, I thought it was interesting, but after like 2 streams, I couldn't really get back into it. I played this twice, and it sucked so bad, I never went back. The writing was so atrocious in this game. I just was like trying to chew on my controller. Bugsnax was one of my first games, I believe. In fact, yeah. Bugsnax and Kill It With Fire were my... Actually, no. Was it Stray? I think Stray might have been my first game I played on stream, other than DBD. I played DBD. I think that was the first ever game I started streaming. And then I think Stray came out, and I immediately jumped onto that and played that. Beat it. Okay, Cypher. Here's the game that caused nothing but rage and frustration. This game caused me to go nuclear angry. Yeah, at least the Mortuary's Assistant is still good. Kill It With Fire was fun, though. Bugsnax was also very fun. I had a lot of fun. I invested 22 hours into the game, so I had a lot of fun. I even did the DLC. That's also on the YouTube. I was going to play this, but I never got to... 3 years later, still haven't. Bugsnax is silly. I liked Bugsnax. I thought it was cute. My favorite bug was Shishka Bug. Shishka Bug. Shishka. Pony Island is fun. Yeah, I need to play this game at some point. The SCP freaking dating simulator. It has to be done. I don't know when, but it has to be. Ravenous Devils is the Sweeney Todd game. Yes, correct. There's another game that people keep telling me to play. 9 Souls. There's another game I need to play, which is the Amanda the Adventurer 2 that came out this last Halloween, so 2024 Halloween. I love the old Roller Coaster Tycoon games. I have so many hours in those games. So much fun. The Witcher 3 is such a daunting game. I just wish I had more time. If I had more time in my life, I would play this game. I played a lot of Witcher 1, and I put a lot of time into that game and beat it. But but that game's even smaller than this one by a lot. This game has so much back side quests and whatnot. Yeah, you'll be here all day. And then the next. And then the next. And then the next. There's content warning. What's Thrillville? I never touched that one. There's Night Bus. We beat Night Bus. It sounds like another, if I may vaguely remember it, it sounds like that one game series that is basically the 3D version of that game, the Roller Coaster Tycoon. Oh, there's Shipwreck Chat. Oh, that was a really good game. That's a wild game. The story in that is crazy. I was going to play Rat Shaker for Christmas, I think it was, because there was a Christmas major update right here on Rat Shaker, and I wanted to see what the Christmas stuff was, but I didn't get a chance to actually play it because I forgot about it when I had so many other games to play. I might have been thinking of Planet Coaster too. No, I thought about Planet Coaster, but I also heard about Thrillsville too. By the way, chat, I beat the in Atlas off stream, I beat the Colossus. And that's the end of the content for this game. Colossus is the last boss. Kind of feels bad that I beat it off stream, but not much I can do about that. You know, I don't get to do this often, do I? Just sit down and chat with chat. Instead of playing games, I sit down and talk to y'all. I like doing it, but usually I feel like I have to not only give you guys something to watch, I also feel like I've got to keep moving forward with some of these games so I can move on to other games, you know? Stressful. There's just at this point too many games in the world. You can't play them all. I've done that a few times for streams, but that was mostly for special streams, reacting to YouTubes, like the scary YouTubes, and then pointing out exactly how Photoshop or most of the time I'm able to point out exactly what makes it not real. And that's why I'm so mad at idiots like Mr. Skids' father who sit there and go, I watched a video that explained this and this. And I'm like, bro, I can say lies all day. Or I know how to Photoshop things to make it look like you just saw something real, dude. I know exactly how they did that. I know what graphic design and what ability the tool they use to do it. Fucking get on my level. Learn how to video edit. Then you'll start seeing all the things that people make on the internet that are actually lies. I fell for those lies back in middle what was it? Back in 2000, in the middle of 2003 and 4. Back then, I fell for it. I was younger, more gullible. What are we doing here? I don't know. Our stream, the game kind of ended really fast. We were playing Super Mario 64 together with a few other streamers, but well, that ended in less than an hour, 2 hours, less than 2 hours, because we had some speedrunners who had beat the game already, people who really knew how to play the game, and by the time I even knew it, I got 1 star, chat, 1 star out of 50. Yeah, exactly. I was 0 years old, incredibly gullible. Well, very gullible when you're young, but it's just like, when you're 60 some odd years old, what excuse do you have at being gullible? Hey, chat, could you give me a quick BRB break? Maybe I'll install this game. I don't know. How long would it take? Wouldn't take long at all. I'll tell you what. I was around before YouTube, and I can tell you, I remember when videos used to be on different sites where you'd have to go on like what was that one site called? Sites similar to Newgrounds, where you could put videos up, not just games, but images, art, and videos. And I remember watching lots of videos about a lot of those fantastical things that happen. You know, like ghosts and stuff. And I'll tell you what, 9 times out of 10, that stuff would stick to me, and I thought it was real. And then I found out later that, well, yeah, most of that stuff was faked. See, the thing is that if there's no way this stuff will be real. And you know why? The Foundation always covers up that sort of thing. When something real, a real anomaly happens and it gets uploaded to the internet, the first thing the Foundation does is immediately destroys that. So what you see is just the remnants of their videos. The real videos get taken down. Oh yeah, no, I know Newgrounds still exists. Funnyvideos.com. But what if I did this? Nyeh. Nyeh. Hey, it says gullible on the ceiling. Huh? Really? Oh, hey, it does. And you stole my lungs. Let's see. Do I want to take a quick break? Get maybe something to drink? Because I haven't had anything to drink in a little bit. It's been a while. I ran out of my drink like an hour ago. Maybe I'll do that and play some music. What do you think, chat? I think that might be what I do.